countdown to leaving is still in progress. I would say it's begun, but it began a long time ago. We have 18 days until we leave for the Mississippi River Paddle Trail. And we are currently on our way to Charlottesville to go get Evie to spend a few days with us before we head out.
It's Gavin's birthday today.
It is Gavin's birthday. It is Gavin's birthday today, and he is turning how old?
18.
18. Gavin is a grown adult now. This may be the last time that we see Evie before we leave. And it's already been an emotional week, and if I think about that too much, I'll cry. So we're not going to talk about that a lot. But we will get to spend a few days with her on a happy note, and Odessa is coming. So we're going to spend this day soaking each other up for this week and have some fun with it before she has to go back home later this week. There you are over there. Damn, I got to drive. I can't see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You really need a... No, or in the car. Over there you will see Poochie Top. Is that your name?
Well, keep my name Crash. So I'm going to be crashing to every single kayak.
Oh,
I can't brake, okay? I don't know what brake is brake.
You're gonna what?
Crash into every kayak.
Every kayak?
Yeah,
What do you
probably.
do, just bumper boats?
Yeah, bumper cars.
I'm gonna do bumper kayak with Smokey and Galley.
More like bumper boats.
Smokey is not going to be too happy.
Yeah, Smokey will definitely not be too happy about bumper boats. They're currently begging to go get out on the water. I agree, we need to get on the water more.
Hey,
But we are so full
I'm begging
of
to get on the water and
prepping,
open my
packing, taking stock, getting ready, and that's kind of the downside of really long adventures.
Mom, don't put words in my mouth.
Oh yeah.
I
That's
don't
kind
want
of
to
the downside of really long adventures is that beforehand, rather than doing what you need to be doing to get in shape, because we're all woefully out of shape, we are prepping for the trail. So we're not paddling a lot right now because it looks a lot like getting ready. But that will change here in 2.5 weeks. And we will go from little noodle arms to arms of steel. We've done our traditional sheet stop. So we make road trips fun. I only have 2 with me today because some went to a rugby camp, some are out celebrating Gavin's birthday with him, running around town. Some are running around town, and then these are the 2 that wanted to come with me. The other ones had no desire to come with me because they don't necessarily like being on the road and the road trips. So I have these 2 with me, and it's a good crew, and we have road trip fun and get celebratory slushies and a Coke.
Yeah, look.
A Coke could be a Pepsi. A Coke could be anything because we're from Texas, and a Coke is a Coke.
Yep, a
When
Coke
you
is
say
a Coke.
when you say what kind of Coke do you want, you could want a Dr. Pepper, you could want a root beer. What kind of Coke do you want? So that happens to be a Diet Dr. Pepper Coke.
I want a root beer.
You want a root beer?
Yeah.
All right, that's the kind of Coke he wants. We do know that we're going to be walking our kayaks through some of it, so that's going to be fun. We have to walk through the rice grass. Oh, on that note, some of this trail is torn up a little bit because of the recent storms that went through around the Bemidji area in Minnesota. So there is a 6-mile portion that we are going to have to walk past, shuttle past, however we decide to do it. Probably not walking it with kayaks, yeah, no, that won't happen. So we'll find a creative way around it. But there is a 6-mile portion called Silver Maple, I believe. And it is absolutely impassable right now. There was a lot of destruction that went on up there, and the creek and the headwaters are not enjoyable.
Yeah, we will go up on land, and we'll have these wheel things, and they'll help us. We'll be going on a little walk thingy, and yeah.
Portage. We gotta go to locks and dams.
Yeah, I see the locks are probably gonna be fun again. Mom, it's like playing red light, green light.
Anyway, that's our agenda for the day. We are headed to Evie's More of Our Life, and we have a 15-passenger van with 2 people and a dog.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is us getting ready for Mississippi. We leave in like 16 days, and we're in a bit of a pickle because we can't find nothing. And this is Lily over here. That I've heard stuff.
It was so organized.
It's not organized anymore.
Holy moly. Do you see it?
Yes, I see it,
You
Mom.
cannot even see the floor. And we got an extra wall in there now.
And then we have Galax.
Ooh, it's your peanut butter.
It's Galax right here, Galax. You have a Galax.
Dude, you asked if you could get a hammock, not destroy the organization we had going. What is that?
What organization? There was no organization in here, and I didn't do that.
None of that was laying on the floor. Not one piece.
You're saying like I was the only one in this closet.
You're the only one that wanted a hammock.
I didn't put the hammock there.
You definitely did.
I picked it up. I saw it right there, and I picked it up, and I realized it didn't have anything in it. And I also, I'm not using a hammock anymore because I realized how much stuff goes with it.
I told Rod that, I says, hey, Rod, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I've done this with this group a lot. I have an advantage. He says, what's that? I says, well, look, if I camp there by the dam where I'm not kind of supposed to with 3 other guys that look like me, we could get in trouble. I says, but if I camp there with a whole bunch of kids, I get in a whole lot less trouble. He laughed and agreed with me.
You're not getting in trouble. They actually like you. That's cool, though, because they'll come out and talk to the kids, and we'll get to meet people. So that's way cool.
Yeah, that gets a start. And like I say, now they're going to be alerted to us showing up there. I think this is going to be pushing it, okay? I really do. But where's Cass Lake here? Oh, there's Bemidji. Okay, here's Chippewa and Cass Lake. So, one moment, Mississippi River. Okay, so is this it? The Pines, Starbucks, is that?
Lulu. Take a Lulu. That little Lulu. While you do that, we're gonna go look at real quick. All right, that is Smokey's canoe, and he is incredibly ready to go, as is evident by a pile of clothes right there in his canoe. That is Smokey's. He's got it rigged up. He's already got the straps put in and everything. This over here is my canoe. Those are the flag poles for the safety flags. They're each 4 feet in length. That is my blue bucket they were supposed to bring in the house. This is that kind of lid. It's actually not a screw-on, I think. I think it still pops on, but it's a heavier duty pop-on. And yep, we have... I really haven't done anything to my boat. Oh yeah, we put that there. That is gonna hold the safety flag. Those are like flange holders, I think we decided they were called, or like PVC table legs. But those hold the 4-foot poles that will house apply the fish flags. And then for Ivy's job while we're gone, because she's not going, is cleaning up the shop because it's making me nuts. This is the workhorse station of the entire family. And that is what it looks like when you are fixing to go kayaking. That's so obnoxious. So like these canoes have, that's where the 1/2-inch PVC goes that flies the flag. These are gonna hold the shade umbrellas that for the full sun, because we will be in full sun for so much. And they go right in here. Thanks to Corey for doing this. That's the mount. And then the umbrella sticks right in there and it'll shade over them. So they can be used for rain too, but the only thing with rain is the edge of the umbrella will probably end right about here, so any water that pours off will actually dump into the boat. So not real sure how that's gonna go, but we're gonna figure it out. So yeah, there's what a family of kayaks looks like. But yeah, we had a little mishap with one of the ones we were gonna take. It was actually one of the ones I scored for like $50 from a pawn shop, and it had a soft spot in it from being drug, and we knew it and tried to fix it with some ideas that people had on the internet, and it melted through. But I was actually really glad to have that happen, to know how weak it was, so that we don't get out there and then have a hole in a boat. So that kayak got replaced this past week with a really cool dude on the marketplace that was amazing to work with. So this is actually our new kayak as of this week, because a dude on the marketplace heard our story and we scored it from him for a hell of a deal. It's one thing to do it in local rivers and lakes and have all of us. It's another thing to through paddle and have a boat in jeopardy. So it's not even going on the trip anymore. But yeah, here we are. Mine, Smokey's, that's Garrison's. Garrison isn't going, which makes me so sad. But that is Garrison's fishing boat, and he loves canoes. All right, I'm gonna go pack A, B, and C up, and we should be ready. Everybody else is ready. Like at this point, we could pretty much, like if we wanted to, we could leave tomorrow. Not that we're going to, but we're that ready.
That's why I said to Corey, I said, if we weren't all waiting on money now, I mean, mine comes, you play on Wednesday, so Wednesday morning when I wake up, that's when I get paid, it's Wednesday morning.
Yeah, that's why we're waiting. I'll have one more payment and we'll be good to go. It'll just cover gas and be extra, so we should be good. You ready to go? Noodle. You're fixing to eat a whole bunch of noodles. Good morning. It is now Thursday, August 7th, and we're getting ready to leave again. We thought we were gonna leave on the 30th, but that did not happen. As I'm sure most of our social media followers know, there was a family emergency in which Evie and Odessa were involved in just a freak accident, and it resulted in Evie getting 3 staples in her head and suffering a mild concussion, and Odessa actually ended up, who was 5.5 months old, she ended up with a traumatic brain injury. So we spent 10 days in the NICU with her, or actually no, not the NICU, the PICU, the pediatric intensive care unit. So rough past 10 days. It was very rough, but she is doing well now. They're both home and all is well. So she is on the road to healing and recovery, and everything is looking good. But that's where we've been, and it interrupted our getting ready to leave for the trip by a lot, because I spent every waking moment and hour with Evie, Odessa, and Daniel. So now here we are back at home. Life looks a lot better, and we're getting ready to leave again. So we're doing the countdown again, which is 5 days away. And I have kids out running errands. I need a bucket and stuff, and they're in the shop, and I told them, so it's very quiet in here, which allows me to think a little bit. As of now, everything is mostly cleared out of here, as you can see. That is what's left. And that is what it looks like when you are 5 days away from leaving and have all the little kids packed, but the 3 older kids are not close at all. That is all of that pack's contents that he informed me yesterday was just on his bed, because I pretty much checked out of life for the past 10 days. So I came home and pretty much not a lot was done towards getting ready. So we're 5 days away, and it was in his bed. Like, I had to tell him to get it out of his bed this morning. No, a pack liner. He doesn't even have a pack liner yet. This kid over here doesn't have a pack liner, but all of his stuff is at least in it, and he is fully packed and ready to go, complete with pack liner. So he actually did pretty good. But this is what's left, and actually it is so rainy, and the dogs are muddy, so there's one on the floor. That is the technology bucket in which all of our technology, our stuff is going in there. Well, that's actually a water filter. I have to put it in the important bucket. These are the clamps to my canoe. That is Starlink. That is the router. The power box is down there, which is not supposed to get wet at all. These are our VHF radios. They will stay in the boat with me, hooked up to us. One with me and one with Smokey, but their chargers are down there. So those will be in buckets that are completely waterproof. That is my pack, which is pretty much ready to go. I just leave it open because in case I have to add. And we still all need food. I haven't shopped for food yet. That is my tent. And in the top of that is all my important stuff, easy to get to in the canoe. So my phone holder, all of that, yeah, and my tent. So we've used up most of our bags right there. Everything's bagged and ready to go. It's a cheap way to not have dry sacks. They work just as well. And here are our food bags, in which you can tell how well I have grocery shopped for this trip so far. These are all 40s, and this is a 20. And I'm thinking about giving that to Not Oatmeal, because obviously her food intake is a little less than everybody else's. These are the kayak corks that we still have to put in. That has to be done. These are the fishing hook protectors, and we still have to put those in. But otherwise, we are ready to go, and this room is mostly cleaned up, pretty much. This is my 80-liter bag that it's kind of obnoxious, and I ended up not really needing, but we're taking it anyway because it fits the receiver, whatever it's called, to Starlink. So down in the bottom of this bag, this is actually weatherproof. It's supposed to go on your roof or whatever. That's Starlink, but it's down there to be protected. This is the solar power panel for the power box we have. Those are my tent poles. And that is my sleeping pad. But that power bank over there is what is going to be, it's a Jackery, and it's going to be charging everything. And it has a solar panel. This is the first trip we have ever carried this much technology. We have GoPros, 2 GoPros, and an Insta360, which all have batteries. These are the cases, batteries, all of the stuff we use. And then we have all of the mounts. We have the tripods, the chest, or I think that's a head mount, more batteries, more, like, all kinds of stuff.
We will be in boats this time.
We will be in boats. Are you excited about the boats?
Not really.
Not really? Why are you not excited about it?
We already hiked a friggin' like 2,000 miles, and I'm not trying to paddle 2,000 miles.
Oh, but we are. At least we don't have to hike another 2,000 miles.
This time we're paddling 2,000 miles.
Yes, we are. We're definitely paddling 2,000 miles.
Actually, definitely 4,000 miles because of Opie.
how does Obi make it 2,000 extra miles?
Cause she's slow.
That doesn't mean you paddle extra miles. It just means you go slow.
It means it takes longer just to get there.
It does take longer, but it's not extra miles. No, she's actually pretty good at it. She can steer. She can steer really good.
Well,
So yes, not much going on today. I have to go into town and we will be food shopping. Ooh,
a
there it
merchandise
is.
cup.
There is the merch right there. If you haven't gotten some yet, definitely go get some merch because that is a banging water bottle.
Yeah, I want the water bottle because it's black and I have a black shirt.
He is begging for that water bottle. Yes, he is. He
It
even wants to take
matches. It matches my shirt.
So anyway, we will go grocery shopping, supply shopping, probably Sunday, maybe. If I shop now, everybody's gonna eat it. That's the problem. So I will be shopping probably Saturday or Sunday, and then we'll be packing food bags, and we should be ready. This is the closest we have been ready to date. Once we're on trail, the expenses are minimal. We don't really take part in a lot of the extra stuff that other people do. So we don't really do hostels unless we're invited there. We don't eat out a lot, pizza like once a month usually, and that's something to look forward to. But really, usually trail expenses are very, very minimal, and we actually live cheaper on trail than we do at the house. So it actually is very beneficial for us to be on trail. But anyway, I'm kind of emotionally exhausted at this point after the last 10 days we lived. So there is excitement, but there's also a lot of exhaustion. I came home and cried for like a day. I cried a lot. And then I slept for 2 straight days. So, but emotionally and mentally kind of exhausted, but very ready to get on the water. And there's Ada, and that is the condition of outside and the mud factor. Yeah, it's been raining for how many days? A lot of days.
At least 3 days.
Yes, 3 days. On a good note, moving from Texas, we like to check Texas weather just to see what it's like back from where we came from and still be grateful for where we are. And it is currently 101 in Paint Rock, Texas. And yesterday the high here was 68. That's why we moved. And we have water. Lots of water here. So anyway, he's the only kid in here helping me. He's my buddy today. The other one still has yet to come back with a bucket, or the blue bucket. It's
But
my
I'm
canoe.
always here, buddy. I said I'm always here, buddy.
You are always my buddy. You're always my buddy. So yeah, still waiting on the bucket, which I more than likely will have to go get. And I will put, it's got a screw-on lid rather than a pop lid that just snaps on. So I'm gonna put the screw-on lid on all of the technology and super important stuff, and that way it is super protected. And really, honestly, I'm not sure I'm gonna need that bucket. So I got a lot of stuff thinking we would have a lot of stuff, and I might just honestly have a food. Ooh, that's a good idea. I might have a food bucket instead of a food bag. I like that idea.
How y'all doing?
You ready to go?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you gonna go?
Mississippi.
Oh yeah,
We need your help too.
we do. How do we need their help?
If this a long trail, we need to eat.
Oh yeah, we need people to come out and support us. Come cheer us along.
I want to tell them that I want a dune buggy. His name is Whedon, I think. And well, there's a guy. He's a really nice, real chill guy. He's really funny. We went down there to see if the sign is still there.
You back there. All right, we gotta go to this car. I'll be back.
Well, bye. I love you.
Love you. All right, you gotta pay attention. We gotta get these done. We gotta get this done. All right, stick that in. That's fine. Don't be careful with your glasses. All right, get your hat and your sleeping tags. No, pads. And you're done? Nice. All right, hats and pads from the shop. Where you got yours. So hat. And then go get your hat and your pad, and we're good. So Smokey, you gotta tell us what you're doing.
Well, we're trying to build a kayak trailer. We are going to need a few more 2x4s. We're getting there.
It's coming along.
It's
looking pretty good. A little warm.
Yeah, we're going to need a few more 2x4s. We might need a few more bolts, a couple things like that, but we're working on it. We finally got them going. Get drilled. A couple screws. See, what you doing? Come on, grab one over there.
The real worker's over here. He's about the only one doing anything right now.
I've been the only one doing anything.
Oh wait, I think that goes, Smokey. I think this is the bottom one of it.
CB, let me down a little.
I think that goes on the bottom.
We're good. Smokey, you think that's good?
You got it good and tight?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll tighten it up some more before we hit these two. All right, let me see that piece of 2x4.
We're trying to beat a storm, and I just got done yelling at my kids. So here we go again, in a little calmer manner that hopefully there are no interruptions. But there is a huge storm coming. There's thunder. The kids set out all the boats because they're so proud and they want y'all to see. So we're gonna do this very quickly and try to give a run through. These are the boats that are going. That is the trailer being built. This is the kayak that is going to be the extra. If I can manage to canoe on my own, then we will have this kayak so everybody can rotate through it. Well, no, actually, if I can canoe on my own, this will be Graham's kayak. So if I can canoe by myself and don't need help, this is Graham's kayak. They will each have their own. If I cannot, and my canoe proves to be too heavy and too hard to manage in the bigger lakes, the bigger waters, then I will rotate between the 3 oldest boys, and they will all rotate between my personal kayak, which is right there. So my kayak is being used as one of theirs because it's one of the nicer ones that I got off the marketplace for a really good deal. So that's one of the better boats, and it's going on the trail. So in theory, this is Graham's kayak, and he's got both paddles in there. They're just not put together. He stores his in there. This is Gatlin's, and he's excited about that one. He still needs paddles for his. They were not long enough. They were old. We've had a lot of hand-me-down paddles, and his are not going to last the trail. They will probably break because they're on their way out, and they're very heavy. This is Gates, and he's very proud of his. All he wanted in life was a fishing kayak, so he actually got a fishing kayak with his little fishing pole holders, and he's really super excited. This is Lily's. She is very excited. All she wanted for her birthday was a purple kayak. She wanted to be able to go and be in her own color, and that's exactly what she got. We were able to find a crazy good marketplace deal. The lady was very, very kind, heard our story, and absolutely loved it. This is Grisham's. These are all 10 feet, by the way. Each one of these kayaks are 10 feet. Grisham, who has 10, does very, very well in a 10-foot. That is his, and it's another marketplace find. Actually, yeah, that was marketplace. So, well, they're all marketplace, but some of them have been given to us too, through the marketplace or through friends, or followers actually, that love our story. So thank you to each one of you that have contributed. But this is Grisham's. His is 10-foot. He's very excited about his, and it has good storage. This is Galaxy's. He was a little disappointed that his is so faded, but I've since learned that they can be painted. So he is going to paint his and personalize his, and he's very excited about that. And that's a 10-foot as well. He manages it very well. He is able to handle it. He really hasn't turned over. We've practiced turning over, but nobody has actually tipped, except for Gatlin, who was on a sit on top when he did that this past weekend, which was really funny, and he got laughed at very much.
Opie's is so light. I wish I had hers.
So yes, this is Opie's. It's not Oatmeal's, and it's an 8-foot, and she struggled very much at first. There were some tears in the beginning when we first started kayaking, but it's been a while. She is very good at it now. She can go backwards, she can steer, she can turn herself around.
Going backwards is easy.
Yeah, she can stop. She is very, very good at it and is very excited. But again, we will continue to assess her as we make our way forward, as Galax as well. And all the little kids are just constantly being assessed. Are they doing well? Are they having fun? And given the width of the boat, her paddles are too short to reach the water. So that's actually been quite a big problem. So still waiting on new paddles for her, which I wasn't anticipating, so that kind of caused an issue, but that's all right. So anyway, 8-foot, the rest are 10-foot. Then I've got my canoe over there on the trailer being built. No, we gotta get them in before the storm. This is my canoe. Smokey is in the midst of building the trailer with Graham, Gatlin, and Gates, and they are out here working on it daily. So it will save us a ton in gas and keep all of the boats from rubbing against each other.
Mine's not as wide as hers,
Don't
so.
worry.
Hello.
You're home for the day.
No, not for the day. I'll be
You're
gone.
done with the trailer?
Caught me on candid camera.
Done being frustrated? Dang it, man. See over here. Are you helping build the trailer?
Maybe.
No.
Maybe not.
No. Anyway, all right. Then Scooterman. Then we have Daisy, Andy, who needs to be brushed. This is our shop, and this is Smokey's boat. So he's going in a canoe. He first got a kayak, changed his mind, and decided he also needed to be in a canoe, pretty much just for support purposes and safety. So that way, should we run into any problems, should we encounter any problems, he has the ability to pick a kid up out of the water just like I do. So it is time to move the boats in because the storm is coming. And here, just for the record, here are our other boats. This is our shop area. This is car. This is where all the mechanics go on. But that's my green tandem, which Baxter and Opie typically ride with me, or well, have in the past when she doesn't want to paddle, but she's now into paddling and loves her own. So Corey and I were on that one with Baxter. That is Corey's tandem on top. He sometimes puts Ada on his. That is the twin to this blue one over here. And then that is known, all these kayaks have names. They each have names. And that is known as the Budweiser boat. There you have our boat collection. Good afternoon. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday, August 12th. It is August 12th. We are leaving tomorrow, supposedly, in theory, at 7 a.m. in the morning, which is very early for us. And we will be on the road. There's a story to Bemidji. We've had some people question the start of the Mississippi River headwaters. They start in Shevlin, Minnesota at the Mary Gibbs Mississippi River headwaters. That's where most people put in. Smokey, being Smokey, has done all the back end of the research that I have kind of questioned and we've talked through together. There's been a lot of research that went into this trail in which they had a storm that went through at the end of June, and it was a microburst, not quite a tornado, but definitely more than a storm. In that microburst, a lot of the river got torn up. So between Shevlin, where the headwater center is, and Bemidji, there is a large portion of the river that is impassable. It is about 30 miles, I think. And there is a place called the Silver Maple section, which is about 4 or 6 miles, I think. And it's absolutely impassable. You can't get through it. Of the people that have attempted it, they are consistently reporting that it takes about, I think, an entire day. I think they said it takes 11 to 12 hours to do 10 miles, something like that. It's been a few weeks. And so then we started talking to the wildlife management, or Smokey did. We know this dude personally now. We're gonna meet him, which is gonna be really exciting. And I think his name is Ron, which Smokey is very excited about that because Smokey's name is Raleigh. So those are our plans. Right now, we were all supposed to be loading boats on the trailer. Smokey, the boys, they worked on modifying a boat trailer. I had nothing to do with it, but it was my idea, like a lot of stuff in life. But they modified the John boat trailer into a kayak trailer. But these kayaks, we have hauled in a myriad of ways on all of our practice trips. They have never been hauled on this trailer. They're currently out there trying to load, and typical of two men doing anything, I'm not gonna help them load. We'll just say that. I tried, I came, I went, I saw, and I did not do it. No, they're loading the trailer. I'm not gonna load the trailer.
Yeah, hold up.
It's intense, and I'm just gonna let them do their thing. I haven't cried today, which is a first in like 3 weeks. I'm so tired of crying. Like, I think I have a permanent headache from crying. I have to leave Baxter, who is currently in the floor right beneath me, and he's attached at the hip. I don't go anywhere without him, and he doesn't really go anywhere without me. So, and having been separated the past 12 days because of Odessa and Evie's accident and her PICU stay, I was gone from Baxter for a very long time, for the first time ever. And now I have to leave again for 3 months. But anyway, so I have to leave Baxter, so I've cried over that. I've cried over leaving Odessa. I've cried over my fear of being left, because it seems when I leave to do something epic, people in life leave too. I've never really paddled a canoe. Lots of kayaks, but not a canoe. And I'm fixing to do 2,300 miles in a canoe. I don't know how to paddle. So, moral to this story, if we can do it with no experience, or okay, that means I've been proactive. We've taken safety measures. There is that. But if we can do it as novices, anyone can do this on a very serious note. It is a natural body of water. It's unknown to some extent. It's not predictable to some extent, and it's not controlled. I think that's common sense. It's not a pool. That is not something I take lightly at all, nor do the older kids. So lots and lots of thought has gone into this trail. For as lighthearted as we are and as fun as we are, that is an element that is very, very serious. And we have life jackets, which were a huge expense, the biggest expense.
And we need to wear life jackets at all times.
Yep, we do. All the time. All the time, all the time. They don't come off, right?
So even at camp?
If you're in the water, if your feet are in the water, yes.
What if you want to swim around without your life jacket on? Not in the deep end.
Just have to wear my life jacket with my toes in the water.
I don't know, is your body touching the water?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yes, very much.
Alright, here we are after the live, and it is currently 11:46 at night. Yeah, on the night before we leave. So this is what my current life looks like. I'm still figuring out technology before we leave. So this whole YouTube thing, it's a labor of love at this point. So y'all better appreciate this, because me and my technology savvy self is not so savvy right now, or really ever, honestly. But yeah, it's midnight. I still need a shower. The van is fully loaded. Yeah, the boats are fully loaded, but I need a shower. I need to wash my hair for the last time for God knows how long. Should have cut my bangs today because I know they're gonna drive me nuts. And then we have a Baxter down there, and we won't even talk about him because he will make me cry, and I don't want to do that right. So we're gonna take a tour and go see the loaded van. Didn't test my tent. It has not been rainproofed. I just trusted the dude that said it was good to go. I was gonna test it, and then life happened, and Eddie and Odessa happened, which really we were supposed to leave about that time anyway, so I can't really use that as an excuse. But yeah, kids are finally asleep, although I know I'm gonna open the door and there's gonna be kids awake out there, so there's that. But we are fixing to leave tomorrow at 7 a.m. Kids are in bed, and my Baxter, we're not gonna talk about Baxter. Anyway, here we go. Oh, see what I tell you, kids are definitely awake. Ooh, what did I tell you? Your mom said you could stay up? I am mom, and I definitely did not say that.
Said we could stay up until 1 o'clock since it's our last day.
Wait, he said what?
We could stay up until 1 o'clock
1 o'clock.
because it's our last day.
Oh, but there is some method to that madness. They will sleep in the van tomorrow if they stay up till 1 o'clock. That is absolutely forbidden around here, but there is some truth to that, and they will sleep in the van tomorrow. And then we have, who's over here?
Not me.
Oh, we have Debbie Gallagher and Crash, which are still up at what is now probably 11:49 p.m. So, ooh, 11:50. And then we have those two who are still up. What did I tell you? Eddie Gershom had to go to bed because he was being a. So an update to today as we walk in the dark. We knew that our 10-year-old border collie was struggling. We have mostly shepherds, well, really all shepherds, except for Lulu, who's a golden dachshund. It is so dark. We go over here to our little bistro lights. There we go. We got some candle mood lighting right here and a spider web. But no, Lola was our border collie. The rest of our dogs are German shepherds. We kind of became a shepherd rescue, but Lola entered the mix just because that's what dogs do. People don't want dogs. And the other kids, we all had our fair share of crying. We cried over the weekend because we knew it was probably coming. You just never want to get the phone call from the vet that says it's time. And the vet called and said it was time today. So that's a relief though, because it is dealt with now. So let's go tour the van. You're gonna wait for it. Oh, the van's not on, so the lights don't come on. Well, I ruined that. Alrighty. You do not get to see the van because lights don't come on. Oh, maybe. Nope, they do not. All right. Okay, well, you'll have to see the van tomorrow. So you have had the nice, suspenseful, and the dark tour of our van.
Dead.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, rip there. Okay.
He's okay.
There is Rumpy. Let's see.
He could act dead.
There he is. Yes, he definitely acted dead.
Yeah, he's fast, but he likes to act dead. And he literally tried to jump out of my hand now.
What time is it?
I don't know.
Like midnight?
He's in his little hole.
He definitely is. Is it midnight?
No, ma'am.
It definitely is. Should you be in bed right now? You definitely should be.
But Garrison said I could stay up. No, you're not
All
allowed
right,
out.
so end of River's Eve, kind of like Christmas Eve. We are on our way out in the morning. I still need a shower, and they're still very much awake. And Garrison told them they could stay up till 1, which there is some method to that madness. But you will see the trailer, not the trailers, the boats. You will see the trailer singular in the morning and the loaded van because you cannot see much in the dark. And I am very, very, very tired. And this time tomorrow night, I will be in a tent, sleeping on a sleeping bag. That's always the most surreal part about these journeys is the realization, the reality that at this time tomorrow night, my life will look nothing like it does right now. And that's kind of the fun part too. I think it's what keeps life interesting is realizing that tomorrow your world will be absolutely turned upside down. Midnight, River's Eve, still don't know about my tent, still don't know if it leaks.
Mom, why are frogs coming over here if they know they're gonna get caught?
I don't know.
He's acting dead
Oh,
right
he's
now.
definitely acting dead. The frog is on his back in her hand. Yeah.
Well, look
So, oh, dude, he's gonna pee on you again. That's gross. So good night to all. I'm going to go do my nighttime routine and not be overwhelmed because I'm currently very overwhelmed. But they're having a good time out here. They're having such a good time. That's what counts. I've let them kind of free range this week, knowing what's coming. So, brushing my teeth, and I will see you in the morning. Bright and early, road tripping in a van, some 22 hours with 7 kids and Smokey and Corey.